Right, sorry if you can hear the engine noise, but I've got to get the engine as hot as possible because today is the day that I am diving into the valley of the engine. And the reason I'm getting the engine really hot is because the turbo bolts can be pretty tricky to remove if they haven't been put in properly. So the idea is to get it as hot as possible, so the best chance of getting those bolts loose. But yeah, it's a big day. Don't know how much I'm going to get done today. I'm hoping to get a lot of it stripped so I can clean it overnight and let it soak. But yeah, I'll go into a little bit more detail. I don't know how much of this I'm going to record, or if this will even go out, because I don't know how interesting this is for people. So I'll see what happens. You never know. But I've tidied the garage up. I've made a tray for all of the components to go into and not knock off and go onto the floor. I have been told by Spencer that this is a big job and I need to take it seriously, because you are taking your engine apart. So yeah, fingers crossed. I even bought some mechanic gloves. Check me out. Well, she's warm. I have a bad oil leak, a very bad oil leak. If you have a Mercedes Sprinter and you start leaking oil and it's all around your gearbox, transmission, the bell housing, everything like that, this is the oil leak that you go for, because it's most commonly the reason. And what we are replacing are these little seals. These are oil cooler seals. And this is a 3 litre V6, and so these are your heads on your engine, and the oil cooler is right in the V. That's why I keep on saying that. Very tricky to get to. You have to remove a lot, and it is about 10 to 12 hours of labour for a garage to do. So yeah, it was going to cost me in the thousands to get this fixed. So what I did is I bought myself some nice new tools, which I see as an investment. These are tools that I will just carry around with me now, just in case we have a breakdown, because it's basically the whole set. A torque wrench set. For this job I'll be mostly using the 1/4 and the 3/8, but it's got a 1/2 inch one as well, and that's very good for changing your wheel or having to take your wheel off and putting the nuts back on to the right torque. And then I bought myself a Baco sort of mechanics set. Found a good deal online and bought it. So before the engine gets too cold, I am now going to start stripping it off. I also need to drain the oil and do a full service on the vehicle as well, because I might as well do it now. Yeah, let's crack on. I am shitting myself. Right, where's that oil tub? 6 litre capacity. This is a 13.5 litre oil. Yeah, I wasn't lying. It's pretty bad. First job, get to use my new tools. First things first, when doing jobs like this, disconnect your battery. Was I right? I was right. There we go. We should be safe. Right. Draining of the oil. Oh, it's right there. Oh, I definitely didn't need to jack that up. Clearly, I know what I'm doing. Right, so it's going to fill up with 6 litres of oil. Once that one's full, put that one in. I need a bottle. Let's put the rest in.
You doing good?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Good run?
I'm just gonna go stretch.
Alright. Me too. Oh, yes. Should we really put some more cardboard down? Wait. Wait. Am I doing this right? Oh, that was lucky. Let's just tighten that back up, you silly boy camp. That was nearly my first mistake. Basically, I've got this stuff, engine flush. I'm going to get the engine up to operating temperature, put this in where the oil goes, let it run for 15 minutes, then drain everything and the filters and everything like that. Stick to your day job, Cam. Go. Start engine and fast idle for 15 minutes. Just what the neighbours want to hear on a bank holiday Monday. Oh, go. Did I get every drop? Genius. Oh yeah, that's hot. Shit. So much oil. Okay, we're doing pretty good. I've taken quite a bit off already, but plenty more to go. But my main focus is to try and get this turbo off whilst the engine is still hot. It's just rude. Yeah, get this turbo off while it's still hot. Otherwise it might be a nightmare. So what I'm trying really hard to do is put the screws back where they go, so I don't lose them, and when it comes to putting it all back, I am not searching around for screws. I know where they all are. Not ideal. One bit. It was actually hail just a second ago. So this is my little station to hold everything. Got quite a bit out. I'm just watching a video now on how to actually do this job. Yeah, there's a video on YouTube that's been really helpful. It's not a Mercedes Sprinter, but it's the same engine. The engine's got cold now. I was hoping to have it warm whilst trying to get the turbo out, but it's alright. I'm just going to have to be bloody gentle with those bolts. I've had one bolt that snapped already. It was just a little one, and I think I can get it out and hopefully find a replacement bolt. So yeah, haven't damaged the threads or anything like that. But yeah, just gotta wait for this to pass. More rain. But I'm fighting with this turbo. I've got 2 bolts out and a third one. It's giving me grief. And this actually isn't the bolts for the turbo, this is the exhaust on the back of it. And once those are out, then I can get to the ones that are holding the turbo down. Yeah, using my blowtorch to heat it up. But this last one is right at the bottom, right round the back, and the angle on my blowtorch just I don't think can quite get it, so I'm heating up an area near it. But yeah, once this rain goes again, it's getting that blowtorch back out and giving it what for. But the rain is, I don't know, giving me a nice break. Because my arms are knackered. I'm almost like crawling inside the engine bay trying to get this thing out. I'll set you up for the next round on this bolt, and hopefully it comes loose. Should be red hot now. See, this is the hardest part because there's no way I'm fucking touching that. Okay. That's on there. Pretty fucking good. I'm on the last 3 bolts, and that should be the turbo out. 4. 2. I could just get on it. Don't be seized. I'm not losing out here. I'm not losing. You've left me no choice. Come on. Yes. I didn't snap it. Oh. What do you mean, no? Oh.
Darling,
What?
I'm just about to start cooking, be about 10 minutes.
Okie dokie.
Yeah? Can I help at all? You okay?
No, good. Thank you. I'm gonna cramp in my butt cheek. Why is there another one there? Alright. One more. You little bastard. Get a little bit of wood out. Spencer will love that. Yes. Brute force, that was. Number 4. Oh, lovely. It's just started to rain. Are you loose? Yes. Oh, you beauty. Oh, that exhaust is in the way. There must be a way I could wiggle you out. You need to fuck off. There we go. What's the chances of you staying there? Yes. This is it. Yes. Yes. All day, you son of a bitch. Oh my god. That's it. That's me done for the day. Come on, you bastard. What a day. I'm exhausted. Gloves held up well. I need a shower and some food. See you tomorrow. Day 2 of me trying to be a mechanic. Got the turbo out yesterday. It's enough said about that. We know what happened with that. But I'm hoping that I've removed a lot of the rest, so it's hopefully just getting to these 2 heads. I keep on calling them heads, they're not heads, I can't remember what they're called. Hopefully get to those today, and then I can do the satisfying job of cleaning everything. So I have just removed the EGR valve, I believe it's called. Doing a big job like this, it just makes sense to change any seals, clean anything up. And one of the things, bollocks. How did I put that in my mouth? Oh, I made a really nice coffee this morning, and I just put engine coolant in it. Like, nice coffee with cream and everything. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a mechanic. It's gone all over me parts. As I was saying, just hold that way. Cleaning the EGR valve out. It's just full of soot. One of the fun things I get to do is use Mr. Muscle. So I'm just going to take the top part off of this off. I've actually changed this before, so I'm a little bit familiar with it. Cool, that's the part I had to change before. So now I can just soak the shit out of this. The old baking tray. There you go. Let's sit for a few hours. Right, next job. Oh, again. Oh my god. Oh my god, I think we're out. There we go. So our seals are underneath there. Well, it is off. I've just given it a bit of a clean and a hoover, using some brake cleaner just to get whatever's at the top off, just so it doesn't fall into any of these holes. The surfaces need quite a good clean, a real good scrubbing. Yeah, that obviously hasn't been sealing very properly, that's for sure. I'm just now going to give another little hoover just along the bottom, and then yeah, remove the oil cooler and see what lies beneath. Obviously from there on I can just give it another good clean, put the new oil seals in, close that back up so we know no crap's going in there. and then just start working backwards. Just start putting new seals on here and there, see what I'm missing. Let's have a look. Ooh. And there we go. Nice. Very nice. So yeah, down here is a little weep hole which all the oil drains out of if there is a leak on the seals. So now I think I can just clean all of this now, and yeah, it should hopefully all drain away. That is looking a lot better. Obviously it's never perfect, but I'm happy with that now. I think that's going to get a good seal when it all goes back down. Right, this is my tray of things that I'm cleaning up. And it's all had Mr. Muscle on it. And let's just quickly give this a little scrub now. Get it all nice and clean. Smooth off the faces. Yeah, this is what my day now looks like. Just cleaning everything, which is fine. So these are our little culprits, we think. And obviously these purple ones here are the new ones, which definitely look a little bit different. These are apparently like the new and improved versions that don't link. So to try and clean up this face, I've got my diamond sharpening stone, and I'm just obviously keeping it all even. And it's actually cleaning up the surface really well, and obviously getting it nice and flat. I've just got to make sure that I'm doing it really evenly. But yeah, so far it seems to be working. Right, yeah, that's looking so much better. I had this massive sort of rust area here, a little bit around here. But no, that's brought that up pretty nice. Feels nice and smooth now. So I won't do too much, I'll leave it there. But yeah, that is a damn sight better than what it was. I do not like that. Bolts. So the bolts that are going back in, I Mr. Muscled them, and this is in a cup of isopuric alcohol, and I'm just going to clean them up. But another tip, whenever you put bolts back in and you clean them up, make sure they are dry, otherwise they will just rust in there. So yeah, just always remember that. Make sure your bolts are dry, and your nuts. And you can thank Spencer for that tip, because he taught me. nice and dry. So I put the bolts in just sort of hand tight, and now I get to use my new tool, because these bolts have got to be done up to a certain newton. It's 12 newtons apparently, so let's have some fun. Right, just giving it another blast with the jet wash and Mr. Muscle, and it's all looking really good. I just need to, there it is, clean up these surfaces again. Need to take this bridge out, which basically joins them together. Smooth. Obviously need to let it dry properly as well before it goes back into the van. So this is the other part. Still haven't figured out the name. It's the head of the engine as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, this is the other part. The other one is now drying off in my airing cupboard. And yeah, I'm almost done with this one. And I'm really glad that I've gone to this effort, because what I was scraping off, there is no way that would make a seal. Be interesting to see if this affects emissions or quality of the engine. I'm not a mechanic. I could be chatting absolute shit. I think I've got a seal like that. Let me go and check. Seals. Where did I store them? Crap. Found them. No, not that one. Not that one. Oh, that one's for there. Right, just come back from Mercedes and picked up a few more parts, which is all good. Unfortunately, I've now come to a halt. I've just come back, put all of the gaskets on everything, put a few things back together. In my head there's nothing else that I can do right now. I'm literally just waiting to put everything back on. However, this I believe is called a bridge, and it joins the two heads together. Insert proper name. And all I wanted was the new O-rings, because obviously I'm replacing gaskets and O-rings and everything as I go. However, you can't just buy the O-rings, you have to buy the whole thing, which isn't a problem, like it's £4. However, I can't put them back in, which means I can't carry on. So yeah, I'm waiting on this part, and the most annoying part is it's not here till 2 o'clock tomorrow. That's a bummer. So yeah, I can't think of anything else to do. So yeah, I will leave it there for today. See you tomorrow. She's in. Right, it's back in. Now, confession time. This is the second time I've done this because I made a bit of a big cock up. Let me explain. So the video that I've been watching to do all of this on YouTube, the video is fantastic. The guy in it is brilliant. He really goes into detail about it all, including how tight to do all of these bolts to go into the intake manifold. However, he has a bit of a thick Eastern European accent and I misheard 16 newtons for 60 newtons. So these are the bolts, the long bolts that go in here, and you have to do it in a certain orientation, and on number one I tried to tighten it up to 60 newtons, which now I know seems stupid, but yeah, I did, and I snapped it. Luckily there was a little bit of thread left out, so it didn't snap it off flush, which I'm very lucky. However, that meant that the part that I got the day before I had to cut in half, and that part is in between here. It's a bridge that joins both the intake manifolds together, and I couldn't get one out at the same time because in here there was still a bit of thread, so I had to cut it down the middle here, take this part out, and then I could take that part out. So it's kind of like that, 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. And I went to go and pick up the part today, and they ordered in small bolts, not the 70mm long bolts, but I managed to get the bridge again. So for now I'm just going to put all the bolts in hand tight and leave it there, and then I'll yeah, carry on Monday, I think, because that's when it's coming in. So yeah, very annoying. I wanted to get this all back together this weekend, but well, that's just not going to happen now, is it? But I can still do a few things, so I'm going to crack on now. We also took the drive belt off the other day, just because there's an annoying squeak. We thought it was the pulley, but the pulley's actually fine now. Bearings are all good on it. So yeah, I just got a better belt and I'll put that on now. Yeah, I'm not a mechanic. I'm an idiot. Or as Spencer called me, a dick. Thanks, mate. Right, bolts are all back in. I've just put our new cam belt on, and I've just had a delivery of some new glow plugs. I had these done only about 2 years ago, but the fact that this is all open and I can get to them now just makes sense to replace them again, because I actually, well, the garage broke one of these off. We had to get the thread doctor out and have it removed, so to prevent that from happening again, 6 new glow plugs, £10 each, 60 quid later, might as well do it. Now, before I put these back in, old Spinny gave me some of his magic grease. I can't remember what it's called now. But yeah, it just makes it easier for them to come back out in the future, and you don't have to put a lot on, just a little bit. Have I made a silly mistake? No, I thought I covered them up for a second then. What an idiot. There it goes. I'm not liking the feel of one of these. I'm going to make the smart decision and not put that glow plug in and let Spencer do it, because you might have to just sort of re-thread it rather than using the glow plugs, which are obviously prone to snapping, and I don't want to do that. I have snapped too many bolts. So yeah, I'll let him know and he can come and rescue me, which he loves doing. I know he does. Now, today is Saturday. It is the 6th of April and it's Odin's 7th birthday. And now we are going to go on a nice big walk. So yeah, he can enjoy his birthday. And I will leave this till Monday. So I have got my replacement bolt and I am just looking at the diagram for which ones to tighten first. And 19. Walk away, Cam. Walk away. You did it. Today is a bit of a shitty weather day, I'm not going to lie. It's just not raining, it's just bloody windy. But what I'm going to do is put the turbo and everything back in now, which is one of the hardest parts. And hopefully Spencer's popping out to have a look at that glow plug that we've changed. Because I just don't like the feel of it, and my luck, that would be something that I break again. So I think get the turbo back in, and then from there it's mostly some simple things to put back, so I'll throw a little time lapse in. Hopefully by the end of the day we fire her back up. Famous last words. Famous last words. Oh, this was a bugger to get out, wasn't it? Alright. Okay. That wasn't so bad. Let's talk about yesterday. I got a lot back in the van, including just brackets that I took off just to get it out of the way. Those sort of things are just back in. The right hand side, all of the injectors and everything, they're all connected again. Turbo was back in on its little pedestal. Basically got to the point where I had to stop and just wait for Spencer so we could sort out that glow plug. And as I was putting the turbo on the pedestal, we had to follow some instructions. We had to do 2 stages, tighten them both up to 30 newtons each. Second stage, 50 newtons. And yeah, started tightening up to like 50 newtons, and I was like, no, I don't like the feel of this. This feels a little bit wrong. So I was like, right, no, Spencer's coming over. I'll let him have a look at that as well. And there were T45 bolts if you're interested. So yeah, he came round and he's like, yeah, that does feel strong. Like, let's go down to 40 newtons. Went to 40 newtons, it's still not at 40 newtons. So he's like, alright, tighten it to 40. Got to 45. Comes 46. And snap. Yeah. Snapped another bolt. But technically I didn't do it. Spencer did it. This was the state of the other one. If you can see the threads on that. I don't know if you'll be able to. But yeah, I think it just got stretched way too much. And so called up Mercedes. They laughed when I told them my name. Oh yeah, you again. But luckily they had it in stock, so I went down there, picked up the new ones, came back. But for me to get the old bolt out, which was that, I had to undo everything. Not everything, but everything to do with the turbo. So where it has like 6 bolts at the back going to these brackets, another 2 on the exhaust part, and then the manifold at the back, and that was another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9 bolts had to come out, which is bloody hard, right at the back of the engine. Yeah, that was a rough day. But put the new bolts in, and 50 newtons felt absolutely fine. So obviously there was something wrong with these bolts to begin with, so I'm not mad at Spencer. It's fine. It's fine, mate. But yeah, I'm now back at the stage of where I was yesterday, plus all the glow plugs in. Okay. Right, now it's pumped around. I'm just going to go and check the oil level again. I wasn't expecting it to fire over straight away. I know that it's obviously got to pump everything back round, like the coolant, the oil, the fuel. So yeah, let's just go and check some things now and then come back and give it another whirl. Right, we've got a fuel leak here. I'm guessing it's from this split line. This is why our MOT was abandoned in Scotland. So I'm going to cut this off. We'll start afresh. Okay, I'll fire these off. Right, a few days later. So in the last clip you saw that I had a fuel leak. Tried to resolve that and couldn't, and then I found out it was this little part which sits on top of the sensor, and it's got a little crack right around the top, and I almost paid 80 quid for a new sensor when it was this part and it cost me 6 quid. But everything's back together now, and for the first time we're going to test it. There is some good news and some bad news. Good news, the fuel leak is sorted. I guess another good news, the engine was running pretty good, and then started to struggle a little bit, and then didn't make a really great noise, so I've shut it all off. We've got an engine light, we've scanned that, and we've got quite a few error codes coming up, so not great. Could be something simple, could be something that I just haven't plugged back in. It looks like there's no leaks so far. I don't believe there's any oil leaks, and the valley is pretty dry as well. There's nothing wrong in there, so yeah, just something to do with this wiring loom, and me possibly not plugging something back in. But I'm on the case with Spenny now, and hopefully we can get it sorted. Is the main loom not reconnected somewhere? I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. I'm editing this video as I go, and I know I've said it quite a few times now, but I just want to reiterate. Right, let's go and have another little look underneath the bonnet. Right, this is part of the main loom. This is the main loom. So if we come over to here, that's plugged in, that's plugged in. You plugged in? You are plugged in, yes. That's plugged in. This goes to the air intake box. Glow plug, plugged in, and plugged in. You are plugged into here. That's good. That's plugged into there. Oh, okay, that just went in a little bit further. That's one thing. Heard that click. Right, glow plug in, and in. Going around to the back on this sensor. That seems in. Right, this comes round to here, into the EGR valve, that's in, into the fuel. Let's dry that off a little bit. And then the loom continues round to here. I haven't touched any of this. That's all in. Yeah, haven't touched any of that. Right, as far as I can see, that is everything plugged back in. Oh, there's one at the back here, but no, you are in. Right, Spencer, I have done my part. Car scanner, let's give that a clear. Let's give another reading. Yep, all still coming up. Everything's plugged in. Disconnected the battery before I started anything, so it is obviously something, as I've been running it, the computer's reading everything and noticing all of these problems, so something hasn't gone back on. There is fuel, there is oil. Oil's at the perfect level, coolant's at the perfect level now. We've been leaving the cap off so any airlocks can come out. Spencer's typing. He loves keeping me in suspense. Give it a whirl. Check the oil level again first. Why doesn't he believe me that the oil's in there? Come on. Right. Beautiful clear oil. Right, that is just below the maximum. Caps on, caps on. It still sounds like it's struggling a little bit. I know there's a bit of smoke coming off. I didn't know whether that's just where I've had like the oil fuel leak, and that's just getting hot and it's just burning off. Right, I'm going to try and get to the bottom of this and I'll update you on how it's going, because I'd like to get this video out, but it might be a bit of a long one. Oh, I thought that was the fucking bonnet coming down there. I'll keep you updated.
Smoke coming out from the back there. Just, that gives a good idea then, because that's covering the noise. When I put my hand, when I leant over and moved it, the noise was changing. Go in there. Put your hand there, careful, don't touch it. Come up a little bit. Get it going. So give it a rev with my hand there. It's going to be hot. Turn it up. Yeah, it's blowing, mate. So whatever that is there, that gasket there, must be at least tight. Is that even tight? It doesn't even look like that's squished down, does it? From here? That one?
Like it.
That's it, look, I can see the gap between them both.
Uh-oh. And we messed up.
I don't know whether it's
that
just,
is a gap there.
yeah, I don't know whether it's a like a optical illusion, but it doesn't look right.
So they were the new bolts that I got.
Yeah. Were they the same length?
Unless I didn't check.
Check, double check. No, remember what?
There was 3. There's no other 3.
Yeah, but you should have made sure they're the same length, because they're going into this, aren't they?
Yeah.
Bolt missing on the turbo.
The only thing that's missing is that.
No, there's a bolt there. There's a bolt there. And there's a gasket. Looks like there's a gasket behind it. See? Look.
Yeah, I can see it. What's
And there's a gasket there, and just behind it.
Because I didn't put that one back, like the one that's
Oh shit. It just must be missed.
through there.
Do you want me to do it up?
So that's got 1 for 1 at the bolts at the moment. So
Hit a what?
1 for 1. Snap.
Yeah, because you didn't tell me. You didn't say it's fucking worn out. Right, let's. Oh, too old for this shit. Oh. It's better, but it's still got a bit of a glow. Just wonder if there is still something going on with that in the gasket. Before, just sitting there ticking over, wasn't it? It was just running out, wasn't it?
Yeah. To be fair, I think we got some like existing wheel still dripping, just where it's got hot again, but
It's
not
pissing
where
out before, wasn't it?
Yeah, not where that was before. All the way at the back there.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Right, so yeah, that's the next step. Take over to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah? Happy?
Oh mate, over the moon. You're the man. Let's give you a little update. So as you saw yesterday, Spencer was here. Because I had loads of fault codes. 1 second. So looking around, one of the things was the glow plugs, so we checked the glow plugs, but they were all fine. The other one was the fuel temperature sensor. And I was like, well, where's the fuel temperature sensor? Because when I googled it, it showed me it was here. He's like, no, it's not there. It's oh, it's there, and it's not plugged in. Yeah, I was happy, but very annoyed, purely with myself, because I had looked around this wiring loom for days, like just like a couple of hours here, a couple of hours there, just coming back with some fresh eyes, but no, I could not see anything. And it is literally, it's not even really tucked away, it's just down here. So obvious, like when you look at it now. And then started the engine, ticking over beautifully. Engine sounds great. Apart from, we could hear like an air leak, which is what I'm hopefully trying to sort out now. We found out around the back of the turbo that the nuts were tight, but there was still a gap between the head of the nut and the turbo itself. So it's not I don't want to say like crushing, but kind of crushing the gasket to obviously make an airtight seal. Yeah, Spencer put his hand behind here and I was revving the engine, and yeah, you could just feel it. So what I'm going to do now is take the exhaust off the back of the turbo and move the exhaust out of the way and just see how far these bolts wind in by hand. So obviously we don't want to over tighten them and you know, snap them. So once again I'm in this position, taking the bloody turbo apart. But yeah, other than that, it's all good. Spencer once again came to my rescue. He loves it because I make the stupidest mistakes and he finds them and gets to look good. Okay, exhaust is out the way. And I'll just drop the gasket. Awesome. Anyway, the engine is fine, the engine is running. We have no leaks, including oil as well, so that's fantastic news. It's taken me a lot longer than expected, many trips to Mercedes, but it is done. Right, this video is already way too long, so if you have watched it all the way through, thank you. I hope you've enjoyed seeing a carpenter try and be a mechanic. I've edited quite a lot of this video already and it's a bit of a laugh, but good news is I managed to get the job done. A massive thank you to Spencer, mate. You've really helped me out here, and I definitely couldn't have done this job without him. But now the van has had this major problem sorted out, I can really crack on with all the other things that I want to do with it. So yeah, there is quite a bit of content to come out with me making modifications to the van, and then we will be hitting the road and getting some adventures behind us, some great memories. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.
So flange connection, exhaust manifold,